Hello everybody, you're listening to Mark Ling, and I've got with me today Brian Johnson. He's been doing extremely well online for the last 10 years, and in particular, as of late, in the last year or more, he's been doing really well from following a strategy to make money from Kindle books and make money, make affiliate revenues as well. This is across a wide variety of niches, not just teaching people how to make money. We're talking about actual real niches. Like, this is where his money's coming from, and that's how he's actually able to teach you this stuff. Things from smoothie recipes to all sorts of different topics. I've been myself and even my little sister and my father have been following some of his training to make good money out of Kindle recently. My little sister is actually making over $60 every single day from a few Kindle books that she's got online, and my father's on top of his money that he's been making online from selling his own products and from affiliate revenue. He's now making an extra around about $40 to $50 a day from Kindle books, which is cool. And a large part of that was because of what they learnt from Brian. So I'm really interested in finding out about your 6-step formula. And you've got a really you've particularly perfected it over the last 6 months, from what I hear. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to Brian Johnson, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what you got to say on this webinar.
Hey, Mark, thank you so much. And I want to let everybody know I really appreciate Mark and what he's done. He's one of the honest guys out there. And what I'm prepared to share with you is really what I've been doing. And it's been it's neat to converse with Mark and basically get some of his folks, his relatives, some of my materials. And it's very gratifying to hear that not only that the materials were sent over, but they were implemented, they were put into action, and people are making money. Now, Mark, fantastic job with getting started on the webinar. I'm going to close my window a bit. The audio might be a bit lighter, but I'm going to get right back here. And the question from Mark was, what do you want to learn? And traffic and conversions just came up and again and again and again. And Google and how to make money was the first thing I saw. Just money, money, money. And that's what we're going to talk about on this webinar, okay? On this webinar, you're going to discover in the next 90 minutes a passive earning formula that you will be able to implement immediately after this presentation, literally within seconds. Does that sound good with everybody? You don't buy anything. You just hang out. You learn. That's what I want to do. That's what I've really focused on for a long time, for about 15 months. Now, how can I promise that? Well, you're going to be able to do that because I'm going to hand you a simple 6-step passive money formula that takes no previous experience, no sales or marketing know-how, and is not dependent on technical, expensive, anything. It's pretty darn easy, and even I believe it was Mark's sister is making $60 a day. That's pretty exciting. That's what we're going to talk about.
She's
now,
only
this is the
16
same.
years old, by the way.
She's 16, Mark. God, I love this. Is fantastic.
The idea is that I want her to be able to pay her own way through med school. So I figured that we'll get her making some money online. I thought, you know what, she can give your formula a bit of a go, and I'll help her along with it as well, because I just thought, we'll try something different, see how it goes with the Kindle stuff. Yeah, it's going good.
Fantastic. So this is the formula I'm using. I'm doing this. I developed it. Like Mark said, you're going to see weird books. You're going to see stuff you might not have thought about before. I'm making 4 figures residually. That's going to grow. I'm ready to move into phase 2 or 3. I've laid the groundwork. I've come up with the thing that really is going to be the backbone of my business as I move forward, and that's what you're going to get. Now, even better, and I don't have to even say that, but it's producing some incredible results for everyday average 16-year-olds right now, and I'm going to show you how. Okay, does that sound good? Does this sound like something you guys want to see? This formula is based on 438 days of scientific experiments and testing that has allowed me to create what I consider to be the most powerful formula or ritual that I have ever created. Now, that's a big, bold statement, but I'm going to do my best to back it up and exceed that on this presentation. And I know that this formula will be responsible for generating profits for hundreds, if not thousands of people in the coming weeks and months. And the reason why is I'm just sharing this with so many people like you. And you're one of the very first groups of people to see this. This has literally been available just for a few hours. We just kind of came out with this, and you're here right now. You're with Mark. You're in good company. Now you're going to witness real results from my own testing. I'm going to show you the good, the bad, the tremendous earnings from just a little bit of work. I'm going to show you the Google rankings you wanted to see. I'm going to show you impressive Amazon rankings that you wanted to see. I'm going to show you 5-figure results from my students. Not the guys I rub elbows with like Mark Ling, but people that got my stuff, took action, and boom, they're making it work. And that's what I want for you. That's what drives me. That's why I do this, okay? And when I say simple, I mean it. No hosting, no domains, no complex software, no list, no advertising, no expense, no nothing but a bit of your time. And literally, I can do one of these projects in 4 to 6 hours because I leverage other people. I do outsourcing. I work smart. I'm going to show you how to do it. Who's this for? This is for anybody that wants to make more money. Simple as that. If you're successful now, you can use my formula to enhance your current marketing strategies and boost your income online. Now, if you're just getting started, I personally believe that this is absolutely the thing you should be doing. And Mark Ling turned his sister to this as well. So that's 2 people that have got some results, that have been doing this for a long time, that think this is pretty important. Now, I want to share some things I've never really shared with folks before. Okay, I really focus on few things. 0 customer service. Some people are happy to do drop shipping and have physical products, and they're happy to do customer service. That's not who Brian Johnson is. I want simple, easy. I want to be able to make money. I don't want to worry about complex scripts and tracking. I want to be able to do it alone. Now, I have an assistant today. And the reason I do is because I have my own products. I need someone to help me with that kind of stuff. But when I got started 10 years ago, I worked out of my house. I worked 3 or 4 hours a day, and I was able to quit my job. I've been making 6 figures, and that's really what this is about. You can do this by yourself. The ultimate goal for me always has been to really set something up once and get paid a whole bunch of money, you know, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in a week or so. Or I want to be able to get paid over and over and over again. That's residual earnings. It's incredibly powerful, and I'm super stoked about what's happening because I've just created this kind of thing and it's working, right? And that's what I've been doing for years. I've been focused on traffic and conversions, and really that's the driving force. I find out what people want and I give it to them. That sounds like who cares, no big deal. Write that down. That is the golden rule of internet marketing. Don't complicate this stuff. It does not have to be complicated. You drive traffic and you convert it into sales. When I started out, I was a chef, I was broke, I was poor. I figured out how to drive traffic. I made money, and I do that today. And that's the essence of success online, and that's really what I'm doing. And like I said, since 1999, I've really focused on SEO and free traffic generation for the traffic part of that formula, right? Traffic and conversions. And I've really gravitated towards affiliate marketing because I believe that it's just an easy model to get started with. And my education began in 1999. And by 2002, I was building websites. I was driving traffic. I was getting results. There you can see a blog or a post on Webmaster World from 2002, Chef Brian, and I'm talking about safely linking 2 sites together. How do you do that? And that's kind of what I did. I hung out on that forum. I started really studying this stuff. It was exciting to me, and the results started coming pretty darn quickly. And basically, by 2002, I started hearing about this guy, Google Guy. Now, he didn't have a name. He was Google Guy on the forum back in 2000, a long time ago, right? 11 years ago. And there's Chef Brian right underneath. And, well, that's Matt Cutts. And I've been studying Google. I've been studying how to drive traffic and so on. And by the following year, I started answering questions. Hey, you super affiliates, you know, how do I do this? And excellent question, because I truly like to help people. That's why I'm here. I want to share this stuff. And I just want to set the stage because I think it's important that I've been around the block. I don't want to toot my horn too much, but this comes from me, and I'm really doing this, okay? I've generated as much as $10,000 selling Halloween costumes. I've made over $100,000 with the AdSense program. I've generated, again, AdSense income, $12,000 in a single month. And I've made money with eBay and hosting, and it goes on and on and on. And that's really, guys, what I did from 2003 to 2008. Now, in 2008, it switched. And I decided it was time to grow up. It was time to do something more. I wanted to share my ideas because I saw what was going around, and I felt like, you're good at this, man. Get out there. So I started coming up with programs, and they always focused on traffic. SEO Press Formula, Revenue Domains Exposed, Commission Ritual, Halloween Super Affiliate, Push Button SEO, 300 Internet Marketers, all and on and on and on. Now, I've highlighted Commission Ritual for one reason, because I started getting good after about 2 or 3 years of creating these programs, and I understood that people might not necessarily want to understand and know what I know about the intricacies of SEO. That might be too much. But if I give them a 9-step formula, they might be able to move forward and get results, okay? And that's what I did with Commission Ritual in 2009, and the results for people were so gratifying. And here you can see someone on the Warrior Forum, this isn't a testimonial, just saying that product was so good. And here, this was a thread, 2009 Internet Marketing Product of the Year, and I'm so proud of that. This is like one of my badges, I had a big impact, and that allowed me to start speaking, getting out, meeting folks like Mark Ling, meeting some people that do it. I've been a ClickBank Premier member for 3 years running. I'm proud of that. And now what I want to share with you is how to move forward. And this is kind of where we transition. And I want to let you know, if you want to really make money online, you want to find someone who's walking the walk, and you want to copy them. Don't mix it up. Just copy what they're doing. Now, you can start modifying once you don't have to ask, is this okay? What do you think? If you have to ask, what do you think, you might be screwing it up. And this is my money formula for making passive residual money in 2013. And I personally believe it's going to have a bigger impact than that Commission Ritual did in 2009. And I'm going to give it to you right now. Okay, we've got a lot to go through. I'm kind of going fast. I apologize, but I like to pack the content into these things. I like to over-deliver. This isn't about SEO, video marketing, PPC. It's not about that stuff. It's kind of a new way to go. Why am I doing this, okay? This is kind of scary for me to say. I was the SEO guy. But honestly, what I'm seeing is that it's not as easy to generate results and as quick to generate results for folks that are starting out. Now, I still have a blog. I still post. I still drive traffic. I will still do that. But this is a great way to add to that. And the most frustrating thing for so many people is Google. Things are going good. There's a Google update. We've all been there. It's happened time and time and again. And here on the Webmaster Central, I mean, this isn't me. This is Google saying, avoid cookie-cutter solutions like affiliate programs. So that's where I decided in 2012, every year I have a focus. What are you going to do that matters next year, Brian? What are you going to do? 1 year it was, I'm going to do a coaching program. I've never done that. That sounds like a challenge. 1 year it was, I was just going to create a product. Never did that. This year was, I'm going to start from scratch. It's going to be brand new. I'm going to still do that other stuff too, but I want a lot more diversity. And one of the things I want you to think about is you do not want to be stuck with all the traffic coming to a money page from one source. If it's Google, that's when people start really having hardships. Now, this formula needed to be quick, easy, not complicated. And I call this revenge formula because it's about starting new. And if you've ever been disappointed by the stuff of the past, one of the things we can do as humans is wipe the slate clean, and we can get started again. And now we're going to jump in, and we're going to use this new thing, and I want you to let go of that other stuff. I want you to believe that this can work. I want you to believe in yourself because it absolutely can. So I started thinking, what the hell are you going to do? It was 2012. It was weird. I have to be honest. I usually have big coaching programs once a year. I didn't have one because I wanted something new. And I started thinking, what is the landscape like? And this was the landscape. If you go to Google and you search for a physical product, it's a pain in the butt. I might have said another word, but I respect Mark. Anyway, Walmart, Amazon.com, Target, Bath Bed Bath & Beyond, and etc. So often, if you search for a physical product that you get at a big merchant site, that's what fills up Google, and it's harder to really compete as an affiliate. And I thought, you know what, if you can't beat them, join them. And I knew a lot of people were doing good with Kindle, 70% royalties. I never made that as an affiliate. And I thought, I'm going to kind of figure this out my way. I did a little research, but honestly, guys, what I did is I just got in there and I messed it up. I screwed it up. I got results. I polished the results. I kept moving forward and so on. Now, the revenge formula is about marketing, okay? I'm going to stress some things. I really want you to take this to heart. Please believe in me when I say it. If you don't want to write, you don't have to. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I think you should, but you don't have to. What I personally believe is the best way to go is to do some writing, do everything at least once yourself, understand how to do it, and then you want to outsource it so you can scale. Most of the books I'm putting out, I do not write. I definitely will be writing some books about marketing in the future, but right now I've just been studying and testing. And I like to think about what I'm doing as creating reports. Reports are less scary. You say book and people freak out, okay? So we're going to think about reports and outsourcing as we move forward. Now, in February of 2013, I created a 1,200-word report. Now, I was able to get this completed in about 6 hours of time. I didn't write it. I didn't create the cover. And basically, I can outsource this stuff today, and you can too. This is real-world prices. I'm not going to tell you it's $17 because, honestly, I don't think you're going to get good enough content. But $100 is very, very realistic. And you can get started doing this yourself, and you can move forward. Now, I want you guys to just indulge me here. So I put out a little report, 1,200 words in February. Anybody want to guess at the incomes that this little report is making? And thank you for mentioning that commission ritual rocked. I appreciate that. Anybody have any guess as to how much 5 cents? No, not 5 cents. Anybody other?
You can type into the Q&A box if you want to type your answer.
Not 25,000, not 200,000, not 10,000. How much per month, guys? $1,200, $1,500, $500, $1,200, $500, about $500 a month, all over the board. And this is where it gets real, right? I'm going to share real results for you. So this is real world internet marketing, guys. The book earned in March $280, and in April the book earned a total of $159, and in May it earned $121. Now, what I want you to think about is I published the book in February, mid-February. I started making sales immediately, and I actually broke even pretty darn quickly, like within days. When was the last time you got something started and you finished in 6 hours and you were making three figures, right, hundreds of dollars, and you keep getting paid again and again and again? That is very, very powerful. Once you do it once, it's pretty darn easy to do it again. So do you guys want to see the report? Do you want to see what I did, how I did it? Okay, that's what's coming next. So let's take a look, okay? This was a report about space. Like I said, it was outsourced for about $100. Now, you can do it for yourself for free, and I'm going to teach you how to do it, and you're going to be amazed at how simple this is. Really, Brian Johnson is simple, but I really focus on what's most important, and it sounds like it's no big deal, but it is, because a lot of people have a hard time prioritizing. This is my book about space. It's a kid's book, and what I want you to think about right now, remember I said this is not about being an author, this is about marketing, this is about working smart, and we're dealing with Amazon and consumers, and every day there are hundreds of thousands of people that are looking for the right book. Now, the right book doesn't have to be huge or big. It doesn't need to be 40,000 words. It needs to provide them what they're looking for. Find what people want and give it to them. If someone's looking for a book about space, it should be short. It should contain pictures. It should be easy to read. It shouldn't be too technical, and that sounded right up my alley. I want to get in and out. I want to be done. I also want to provide value. That's a nice-looking cover. And the quality content on the inside is getting amazing reviews. Anybody can do this. Now, like I said, not about an author, not about writing book after book. This is about Amazon and Kindle. They're the bank, okay? Amazon is the hub to drive traffic. Amazon is the place to convert the traffic. All these kind of things is what's happening. Now, like I said, the consumers are searching for the right book. Children's book, not too many words, pictures. And I want you to forget about fiction. What I like to do is when I make a formula, I want to break down all the barriers. I want to make it as simple as possible. And what I learned is when you start talking Kindle, people shut down. They think book. That's why we call it a report. The next step is to forget fiction because you don't have to be fancy. You're not Stephen King. You're not telling some creative story. You're creating a book about butterflies. You're creating a book about weight loss or smoothies. You're creating a book about veganism. It's much, much easier, okay? Now, here you can see the real earnings. The book made $280 in March, and it made 70 sales in April, and it got some borrows. A borrow is like more extra money. It's about $1.25 for each borrow, $159 in passive money. Now, what I'm showing you is a result of my 6-step formula. And I've got lots of books like that, and I've literally got a few that are ready to publish. I've just been too busy now. I just switched to teaching mode now. Okay, how am I doing this so far? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. Now, this is really important. I want you to write this down. It is absolutely critical that you follow my 6 steps in order. And people don't do this too. You know, that's why it's good to have a formula. You start at number 1, and you don't move until you get done. Now, in this case, it's important to stick to the formula once you know the entire system, but you don't know the entire system. And the biggest hurdle and obstacle, the biggest barrier for people is how to create a book. That's actually step 5, and we're going to talk about that now. So how do you create a book? It sounds a little daunting. Well, it's really pretty simple. No software, no complex nothing. You can do this for free right now. You go to Amazon, you look at the categories, and you help them guide you. You pay attention to books in the marketplace, and that's what we're going to start taking a look at in just a minute. Now, can anybody give me some ideas on a potential topic that might be good for a children's book, a nonfiction children's book? There are so many possibilities. I'm going to share and really humor. Animals is great. Sea monsters. I love sea monsters. That's pretty cool. It's kind of fiction, but you could kind of reverse it a little bit. Spiders, good. Dinos, trees. Trees would be neat. Sharks, dragons. You guys.
Monsters, plants.
Yeah.
Spring.
Exactly.
All sorts of things. I just grabbed those from the Google suggestion tool. I mean, you know.
Yeah. We're gonna take a look at all that stuff. So it's pretty fun. And really, here's a great example. So what we need to talk about now is, okay, so we've kind of already identified some books we could create, and they probably sell. Some might make more than others. We're going to figure out how to find where the most money is flowing in a minute. But right now, let's just overcome the hurdle of how to make a book. Well, we need text and we need images. So literally, you don't try to work too hard. You type in something like butterflies, Wikipedia comes up, and Wikipedia has done all the work. It's all laid out for you. You got things like the eggs and the cycle of life, caterpillars, of course. You've got to talk about caterpillars, scales, migration, the monarch butterfly. Did you know the monarch butterfly actually flies 3,000 miles from Mexico into the United States? And just you do this little research, you get a couple bullet points, and literally you start creating little simple sentences about the migration of the monarch butterfly or the life cycle of the monarch butterfly, and you just start stringing them together. And you should never have too much text blocks together. In other words, you don't want 7 sentences together. It's too much for a child. So you have 3 or 2. Actually, 3 or 4 is almost too much. 2 or 3 and a picture. 2 sentences and a picture. And where do we find the pictures? Well, it's just so easy.
Just a moment. For those people asking about, hey, is this not copyright infringement? Brian's not talking about copying the entire Wikipedia page. He's just talking about looking at the plan. If you go back to that last slide, Brian.
Yeah, you bet.
He's just talking about looking at that contents. He's not talking about looking at the entire page that goes below and copying every word that they say. He's just saying, look, here's a good plan for a layout for your chapters. You know, chapter 1 could be about eggs, then caterpillars, then and so forth. So yeah, planning it out in a very similar way, doesn't have to be exactly the same. That's not a problem because you're going to write it in your own way, or hire a writer to write it in their own
Yeah,
words.
an excellent point, Mark, what you said, and that's really what you do. You just you got bullet points, and you can use Wikipedia to save you some time, right? You get it done. Then maybe you send the outsourcer the bullet points. You've got a document. You spent maybe 20 minutes outlining it, and now they're going to write it. And it's 1,200 words. I'll be honest. A lot of you have written 1,200 words in a weekend or a couple blog posts. It's not that hard. But if you want to outsource it, you certainly can. The other thing I want to add, and then we're going to move on because I've got a lot to cover. But Mark, please, add your insights because that was really great, and you're watching the questions. Wikipedia can be a bit technical. Don't be fancy. Dumb it down. It's a kid's book, again. So think about that. And if they say complex wording, you just take that out and you move on and rewrite it. Now, like I mentioned, images are very important. You want to include a lot of them. One of the things to think about is, let's go back to the core rule for internet marketing. Find out what people want and give it to them. If it's a kid's book, it's really got two kind of buyers. You got to kind of appeal to two groups of people. The kids got to like it. So dinosaurs would probably be pretty good, or something exciting, or someone said sea monsters. So maybe you find some weird sea creatures and you make a book about like sea creatures or something. It's got to be interesting, and the parents have to feel that this is educational and whatnot, and so on. Now you can go to this site right here. This is creativecommons.org, and if you search Google for search Creative Commons, you'll come to this page, and literally they've done all the work for you. Do you see this yellow box right here? This first tick box says use for commercial purposes. The second says modify, adapt, or build upon. What that means is you can use it, you can put it in your book, you don't have to pay anybody, and you're good to go. Now I've selected Flickr, you click search, and you're going to get all kinds of images on butterflies, or in this example, a gray wolf, which might be another really cool book, children's book, maybe about animals in the Rocky Mountains, or animals, the gray wolf, or different types of wolves and whatnot. Now, for outsourcing, I use Need an Article, and I like to hire people, and I pay them the highest amount, because still, if I hire someone and I ask for 1,000 words, I might spend $65 or $75, and oftentimes I can earn that back within a week or 2 weeks. Maybe it's a month, but generally speaking, these books are paying for themselves very, very quickly, and the residual potential is crazy. The first book I published was in April of last year, and every single month, like clockwork, I get paid $200, $300. I didn't do it. It's just mine. I own the rights to it. Now you can use Elance and Freelancer as well. Okay, now I want you to think about working in Word, okay, or Pages for the Macintosh system. And again, short text blocks, images, easy to read, interesting. Okay, does that make sense, guys? You guys on board? Okay, let's keep going here. So at this point, you've overcome a hurdle that many people never do, and it saddens me. And it's true. People don't create assets. The reason why is they just don't finish stuff. It takes a little effort to finish stuff, but this formula is based to make sure you do. And that's why I'm starting you off with a child's book. It's 1,000 words. You can do this. You can make it happen. And once you have one book, you can have two, and you're making money. Now, I want to talk about a concept that I come up with a while ago. A lot of people go into author mode. They think they're going to write a book, and they do one book, and they don't make as much. You want to be more of a publisher. You want to learn how to do it, and then you want to get people to do it for you. And trust me, people will, people will be happy to do one of these books for $100 for you, and then you can make $1,000 a year. And that's a transaction that I'll take all day long, any day of the week. So create assets, okay, guys? Now, I want to talk a little bit about how Amazon works, because I talked about failure a minute ago, and a lot of people they get stuck and they don't create an asset and they fail. Now, a lot of people fail with Kindle because they go into damn author mode. It bugs me. It's marketing, people. It's not about being an author. It's about how to make money. It's how to pay attention to what's selling. It's understanding consumer demand and tapping into it. So that's what we're going to talk about. Now, the 6-step revenge formula guides you through the pitfalls and the traps that you may encounter. Okay? And lastly, I want to talk a little bit more about Amazon and about Google. Stop for a minute and think about this. Amazon is a merchant site, and their job, their focus, their entire operation is based on selling consumers products. Amazon sells stuff to people. Google is a search engine that helps consumers find the very best websites. Where do you think it's easier to make more money? I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt it's Amazon. Now, we're going to help Amazon to kind of sell a whole bunch of our product, and they'll gladly pay us 70% royalties when each product is sold. And the reason that they're happy to do that is because that's what their focus is. That's what they do. They sell stuff. And when they see a product that's selling, well, they jump in and they promote it, and they get behind it, and they send out emails, and they do all these things. Now, what I want to do, so I want to jump to Amazon right now. And I want to, okay, we're going to talk about piggyback promos. So basically, at this point, we've kind of got over the hurdle. It's really not that hard. It seems like it might be hard to create a book, but when you actually start looking at it, it's not. And now what we need to do, with the 6-step formula, we're starting at step number 1. Okay, guys? Step number 1 is called piggyback promos. And we call it piggyback promos because we're going to piggyback on other authors and the research that they've done. Or some of them haven't. We're just going to take a look and let the market decide what we publish. Okay? We do that by coming into Kindle. We scroll down to Kindle Store and to Kindle Books. From there, we pay attention to the categories. The categories really make it possible to identify what's happening. Okay. Now, in this case, I'm going to go into cookbooks, food, and wine. I'm going to go here just because I spend time here. I'm comfortable. This is my home, and I know it pretty well. And that's what's going to happen for you too. You're going to start publishing to certain categories. And we're going to talk about this book, this smoothie book. It looks a little different from last time you were on the webinar, Mark. We're going to talk about that. So in order to do that, we're going to come in and we're going to come down to vegetables and vegetarians. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up a few of these books in a new tab. And all I'm doing is right-clicking on the book and opening up in a new tab. And I'm just going to check off and open up about 4 or 5. And really what I'm trying to get to is I'm trying to get to the good stuff. And this says it's free. Okay, this is free right now. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to qualify a category. You see, the thing is with Amazon is right now there's all kinds of consumers spending money, and a lot of the money is going through some categories but not others. And if a category is not driving sales, we want to kind of stay away. If you're here to make money, this is how we do it. So if it's under a wrong price point, we don't pay attention. And basically what we want to do is we want to, let me see here, where's my pen? Let me see if, no. All right, so the pen's not going to work, but that's fine. We want to pay attention to books that are priced at between $2.99 and $9.99. Because when you publish at between $2.99 and $9.99, you earn 70% royalties. This book is earning 35% royalties, so we're really not going to pay attention to it. This book happens to be, I wonder if I'm in the free right now.
That's just showing Prime members are free, though. Everyone else is 99 cents.
It seems like, hold on a second, guys. It seems like my computer just slowed down. It might be GoToMeeting.
Okay.
Just give me a second, guys. We'll recover here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's go to another browser. Oops, not Skype. Are you still there, Mark?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just waiting for you.
Yeah, okay. That's weird. I don't know what the hell's going on. I wonder if I can minimize even. Oh, great. Okay, well, looks like hopefully this will work out okay.
Cool.
All right, so it looks like we're back in action. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. It's live. We're live, everybody. We'll go back to Kindle, right? So we're going to come back to the Kindle bookstore, and we're going to use the categories. I wonder if Amazon's site is... Man, I'm just having trouble. I think it's this... Damn.
Well, just looking at it on my computer, it's loading really fast. So yeah, I don't see an issue with Amazon.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll get back here. We were doing pretty great. Yeah, I'm using NTask Buddy. It's just everything's kind of locked up. Oh boy, there goes again. I do not know what's going on. Man, my computer is completely locked up.
Well, in the meantime, do you guys want me to take over the screen and show you some stuff that's working well for me with Kindle?
I wonder if I reboot Mark and come back in. That might be the best way to go.
Okay, well, in the meantime, I'll show what's going on with me. I'll just make myself the presenter. Okay, and now I'll go to Amazon.com. Can you guys see my screen okay? Just type into the Q&A box. I'm getting a bunch of yeses. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so if I go to Amazon.com, I'm just going to type in what men want and press enter. And if I scroll down a little, we'll find this book here, What Men Really Want by Mirabelle Summers. And this particular book, I've done it slightly different to Brian in this particular case. It's 194 pages. It's bigger than his books. But the reason why I've done it this way is because I intend to sell this particular book as a physical book as well. I wanted to launch it as a Kindle book, get a whole bunch of reviews going. Had 100 reviews now. It's sold a few thousand copies already in the last, it's only been up a matter of maybe 6 weeks or something. And it's had 100 reviews, and I've gone ahead and made it a more, like a bigger book. It's for women about what men really want. Okay, it's in the dating and relationships niche. Another friend of mine made this book here, How to Make Him Want to Propose, and it's only 52 pages. It's short, really, relatively speaking. You can go with much shorter. I've seen people go with 30-page books. This particular book has only just come out. It's doing rather well for them. It's making them maybe 10, 15 sales a day. It's not making hundreds of sales, but maybe 10 sales a day. But it's it's a good start. Then there's...
Hey Mark, I'm good now, bud.
Okay.
I think I'm back in business,
a couple more quick examples, and then I'll get back.
Yeah, that's cool. I just thought I'd let you know. I don't know what happened, but
cool. Well, this is one of my other friends' books. This one here is making, I don't know what it is. It's 36 pages, and it's doing something like 100 sales a day. As you can see, it's number 4,000 in the Kindle store. It's doing really, really well. It's making somewhere between 50 and 100 sales a day. This one here is making over 100 sales a day. 30 pages. Okay, so you've got a pretty short book. Obviously, these are more pages than you'd have in a kid's book. It's number 1,409 in the Kindle store. I'm just showing examples of books that I know the actual authors of, and that are doing well, that are pretty short. These aren't... I think someone asked about pen names. It's not a made-up biography at all, but it is a made-up... It's not his real name. He used a pen name, so he used a pseudonym, but the rest of it is real. Well, his whole bio is real that goes with this. He actually happens to be in the dating relationships niche, so he has got a bit of a following already under that name. But yeah, I was just showing some quick examples. But now I'll pass back to you now that you're ready to carry on the presentation.
Actually, and I'm having troubles again now. What the?
Oh, really?
Oh, maybe. Let's just see. I don't know. I do not know what's going on. I'm gonna get out of. I'm just gonna go to Chrome. Hopefully, Chrome is gonna do okay for me.
Okay.
No, keep going. I'm gonna reboot, guys. I should be able to come back in on the link, huh, Mark?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna reboot. I'll be back. Sorry, Mark. It happens.
That's okay.
See you guys in just a sec.
Okay, well, I'll let you know. I'll let you in on a little bit of my strategy anyway. I mean, here's a. I'll show you one of my father's books. If I type how to sing, press enter, and we've got, here we go, how to sing better fast. This one here, the incredible 7-step formula. For me, it's really, really.
Oh, what the fuck? No, I'm sorry, Mark. I need to leave. I just don't want to turn everything off.
Yeah, just don't. Just make sure that you make me. A minute, I'll go back. So, can people see my screen again? You should be able to sign out without stopping the webinar.
I'll leave webinar.
Okay, cool. So, anyway, one thing that I've noticed is very, very important with doing well with Kindle books is the cover. Now, the cover doesn't have to be slick. A slick cover doesn't actually necessarily make the sales. There was a point in time where this book, when we launched it with its original cover, it just didn't sell at all, or didn't sell very, very well. Then we changed to this cover, and it more than doubled its sales every day. And one of the reasons is because when people think about clicking on the book cover, they'll see it as a little little cover like this, like this, like this. See these covers here? And if you see a cover like this and you can't read the words that are in the cover, you're less likely to go and click on it. So this cover here, when you're looking at it very small, like if I click on Sing Like a Pro, this other cover will probably show up, I'm guessing. Here we go, How to Sing Better Fast. It's very, very easy to read what this book is about, okay? The cover there. But then the other thing is, by having an incredible 7-step formula, or just a number, like it could be 5 steps to success, it could be 7 ways to sing better, it could be whatever. Just by having a little number, people want to know what those 7 steps are, or what those 5 things are, or whatever they are, or those 8 secrets, or whatever it might be. So it led to a lot, I've found with the various Kindle books that myself, my father, and my sister have put out. They tend to go a lot better when you have a little formula there. It's very, very important, though, that the book is good quality. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be long, but it just has to be good quality. Because when you have a book that is of an average quality, then you won't get 4.5 star out of 5 reviews. You'll end up with very, very... you'll get a lot of 1-star reviews and so forth. And if your rating drops below 4 stars, if you end up with, especially if you end up with 3 stars, 3.5 and above is usually okay, but anything lower than 3.5, you start to get into a bit of trouble. One of my sister has a book here, How to Write a Sensational Song. It's going okay. It's making daily sales, but it's not doing awesomely well. And part of the issue is that she's ended up with 3.5 star rating, and it's not quite, maybe the quality of the book isn't quite good enough. I'm not quite sure. I've actually gone through it, and it looks like a good book to me, but maybe to a songwriter, maybe it might not be. So, but that is definitely affecting the conversion rates of this particular book. So it's something to bear in mind. Like quality, don't skimp too much on quality. I prefer to, like, you'll notice Brian's formula when he teaches it to you, he goes with much shorter books because he's doing kids books, and kids books can be shorter and have more pictures, and that's great. I just tend to personally go with slightly longer books that are, it's still a report length. It's not the length of a book that you get on the bookshelf, but I go with that because I go with that because I want to make sure I've covered the topic well. But also in something that they could still read in maybe less than 2 hours. They could read that entire book, and then you use it as a selling point. Like in here, it says this is a short, concise book. Okay, it's short because you can take your newfound knowledge quicker and so forth. Okay, it's very, like, you're actually telling them that it's short, so they're not going to be too worried about it. Now I'm just going to have a quick look inside the Q&A just to see if anyone's actually been asking me questions. Brian will be back soon with his 6-step formula.
Hey guys.
Oh, here we go. Brian's back. So
I'm totally guilty. I haven't rebooted.
Are you ready for me
Yeah,
to
I'm
switch
good.
to your machine? Is it fast enough now?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I think it's because it's been on for days because I've just been so busy with this
I'll
launch
just
and whatnot.
answer one of the questions that I've seen a lot of people saying. Someone said, someone's asked about pen names, and we've been using pen names for all the books with no made-up bios. Everything that's in the bio is actually from the person that wrote the book. So if we got an Elance author to write a book, then we'll find out about some stuff that we can use in their author bio before they write the book, and then that way we can put it in there. Either that, or we'll put no author bio in there whatsoever, and you can go with none. That's not the end of the world. People don't always look at the author bio. Most people don't actually click on it and look at it anyway. But so you don't have to make anything up. That's what I'm saying, as far as an author bio is concerned. And you know what? Once you've got 2 books written by an author, you are already got credibility, because you can now say, for instance, if James Benson authors another book, okay, in the singing niche, he can now say, James Benson is also the author of How to Sing Better Fast, the Amazon best-selling book. And that's the credibility from the other book. So, yeah, anyway, I'll let Brian take over now.
All right. Well, that was interesting. That's never happened to me before, Mark.
That's all right. Things happen all the time. Just keen to hear your 6-step formula.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm pretty excited to share it. So can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, great. So let's get back to it. So guys, basically, step 1 is identifying the category. So let's get back on it. So here, I'm going to come into Kindle, right? And I'm going to I want to browse. So I'm going to come into Amazon, rather. I'm going to highlight Kindle, and then I'm going to come down to Kindle Books. Now, the great thing is that they've done so much of the work for us. We have all these categories, and like I said, you could find this category might be generating 13% of the revenue, yet this category here, children's books, is generating 27%. So you want to publish in that category and so on. Now, I spend a lot of time in cookbooks, food, and wine, so I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to kind of walk you through how I decided that vegetables and vegetarian make sense. So the process is really, really pretty easy. We're going to start off, we're going to be looking at one particular piece of data that Amazon gives us that Mark was talking about. It's right here. And this is just golden information for marketers. It's so darn easy. And it's called the Amazon bestsellers rank. And it's pretty simple. The lower the rank, the more it's beating other books, the more sales are being generated. This bestsellers rank is tremendous, 4,361. Anything below 10,000 is very respectable, and that book would be generating hundreds of dollars a month, no problem. I've been as low as about this, and I made pretty substantial money, and I was actually in this category when I earned that, and we're going to talk about how I did that. So my formula for step number 1 of the formula, rather, is piggyback promos. And the idea is we're going to figure out a category that it makes sense to publish in. Now, the way we're going to do that is I'm going to come back to, let's see, yeah. So here we are. I'm in the high-level category is cookbooks, food, and wine. The subcategories is vegetables and vegetarian. And now I've got all these books that have been published. Now, I want to kind of take you to an important slide. And let me know if you guys can see this all right. I've got this crazy widescreen monitor. You should be okay. What we're looking for is we're going to identify 3 books that have been published for at least 60 days with an Amazon bestsellers rank of 15,000 or below. Now, the reason we're looking for books that have been out for at least 60 days is because consumers love stuff that's new. And because consumers love stuff that's new, Amazon takes notice and they push out new books to consumers. They email consumers. They put it on the front page of the website. And generally, when you put out a new book, it's going to get a boost. We want to see how books are selling after that boost has worn off. So the first thing is 3 books in the top 10 that have been published in at least 60 days ago with a bestsellers rank of 15,000 or below. Okay, so all I need to do now is I'm going to pay attention to the publishing date. This book has it right here, August of 2012. So I'm just going to open this in a new tab. I'm going to open this book in a new tab. It's been out since 2011, no problem. This has been out since March 7th of 2013. This is interesting. It's pretty new, but it's probably about 80 days old, so that's okay. And I'm basically just opening up these books in a new tab. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down, pay attention to that Amazon bestsellers rank, and I'm just looking for 3 books that have a rank below 15,000 and have been published for 60 days. So this book is one of them. And there it goes again. I got a security thing. I can't believe this. Can you hear me, Mark?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen. So is everything screwing up? Is it?
Well, I just don't know what's going on. This is weird.
Can you teach this stuff without using the internet? Have you got slides that teach all this stuff, or can you disable your antivirus or something?
Yeah, I don't know what's. I've just never seen this happen.
Okay. Well, maybe you could just go through the 6-step formula through your and just explain it through the slides if it's not gonna if you can't access the internet.
Yeah. It seems to be okay. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't see any warnings or anything either. Yeah, I think hopefully it'll go away. So basically, yeah.
Yeah. Try not to have too many windows open as well. That could.
Yeah.
You've got like.
Not responding for whatever reason. Firefox is really crashing a lot on me, which is a shame. I just gave this presentation and it was no problem at all. Not responding. I'm going to see if I can get out of it. I'm just going to stay on the slides. I can absolutely teach it. We'll be running back. We'll be back in a second here.
Okay.
Okay, so can you see the slides, guys? How's that? So like I said, guys, basically you go through the categories and you pay attention to 60 days. It's got to be published at least 60 days ago, and it's got to have an Amazon bestsellers rank of 15,000 or below. Now, if it's a children's book, 25,000 is awesome. And hopefully I can close Firefox because it's just locking up my system. Okay, good. So at that point, guys, what you're going to want to do is are you still there, Mark?
Yeah, I'm still here. We're still here.
I just feel I'm just a little disconnected now, but we'll get back to it. So let me go back actually to this slide here. This is a good one. So like I said, you scroll through the categories, guys, you pay attention, and you're looking for 3 books that have been published for 60 days. And when you find that, and they've got an Amazon bestsellers rank of below 15,000, you can feel confident that that category is a great category to publish in. Okay. Now, from that point, you can move forward with the process.
You could try using Chrome. It's up to you, though. Otherwise, yeah, you may as well carry on.
Well, yeah. Well, let's try Chrome. Let's see. Maybe that. It seems like I'm having some kind of antivirus, like you said, and I don't see anything. But
okay. Would it be possible to go a little faster though with the presentation? It's just we're running lower on time, just to keep.
Yeah, I hear you, Mark. We'll kick it in.
Awesome.
Okay, so guys, basically what that's going to do is it's going to ensure that you're creating a book based on a selling topic, and that you're not lifting a finger until you've identified a book topic that is a proven winner and whatnot. So next, what we want to do is we want to establish what I call traffic revenge. And when I got started with this, a lot of people talked about, really the only thing you want to do is you want to identify keyword searches at Amazon, okay? And you're going to scroll through, and let's just use Chrome here. And you're going to come in and you're going to select Kindle store, and you're going to search for smoothie. So one of the books I publish is a book on smoothie. So all I'm doing is I'm looking at the keywords that are suggested to me by Amazon. And in this case, one of the things that we can identify is that smoothie diet is much lower than smoothie recipes. If it was alphabetical, these would be reversed. And I see a couple search terms coming up that begin with smoothie recipes. So it makes sense to label my book smoothie recipes, and that's what I did. I chose this word to label my book title, and now you see if I search, my book is showing up #1 out of 149 results. Furthermore, I can come in, and hopefully it looks like Chrome is doing better. You can see even for smoothie recipes, there's 386 books in Kindle, and I'm #1. And in fact, for the entire store, I'm just really kicking butt, and you see I'm #1 there. And after you've done that and you've scrolled through and you've paid attention to keywords at Amazon, you can do the same thing at Google. And what I want to let you know is when I started, some people said, don't use the Google keyword tool. And I don't think that's right, because oftentimes you can find a match in keywords, right? And basically I just kind of poked around, and there we go, for weight loss. And I found that the same people that were searching on Amazon for smoothie recipes for weight loss, that term was also being used at Google. And when I search for smoothie recipes for weight loss here in Chrome, let's see if here's my book right here. So I'm ranking #9. Now this search term gets searched for about 20,000 times a month. It's a lot of traffic, and definitely my book's getting traffic, and this is basically people that are searching for exactly what I have to sell. Now the other thing I want to do is I want to go back, and I still didn't stop mining keywords. At this point, really what we're doing is we're mining keywords. Now all I did was I entered in the space bar, and I see this search term, and I say, holy smokes, that's perfect. Now all I did was I just incorporated the word book in my title name right here, and now I got a #1 ranking on Google as well. And all these things really, really add up and help you to drive more traffic. So what I do is pay attention to Amazon and Google. Now, what I'll tell you is I look at everything. And that kids book I showed you earlier, that's actually ranking #3 in Google right now for kids book about space. And again, that's a search term that gets searched for 3,600 times a month. And I'm ranking #3, and I'm also kicking butt, and I'm doing really good at Amazon by using these strategies. If we come here and we search the entire store for space, you'll see that my book is actually on the first page. Okay, out of 700,000 results, I'm a #1 bestseller, and everything is just kind of working right because I'm driving more traffic. I found a topic that makes sense, and I get all kinds of amazing results and whatnot. Okay, so that's really naming your book, and what I want you to think about is really to mine keywords from both search engines. And how I like to structure my titles is this is always the primary keyword phrase. So when I found this, I always start off my titles with the primary keyword phrase. I kind of like to think of this as a title tag of a web page. It's the most important part, and that's the first part of my title. And now this part here, the second part, is like a description, and it contains singular words like diet, cleanse, that I found by just simply mining the keywords and whatnot. And you can do the same exact thing. And by naming my book in this manner, I'm able to drive 26, 27%, 19% more traffic. It's all dependent on the book and so on, okay? All right, so now what the heck? Erase all drawing. There we go. All right, so the next part is we're going to talk about conversions now. And I know a lot of you guys were kind of one of the things you wanted to hear about was how to make more money. How do I make more money with my traffic? And it's a really good point. And this is something that I'm seeing so many people do wrong. And when Mark took over the screen, you'll notice all the books that he showed that were successful, they had great covers. And you don't want to make the mistake, right? If you want to make more money, you absolutely want to pay attention to how you're creating a cover. Now, when I launched that smoothie book, it basically had this cover when I got started. And it didn't really do too bad. The book was respectable. It hit a bestsellers rank of 10,000 and whatnot. And how much do you think the book was making at that time? Do you think it was making $50 a month, $100 a month, $7 a month, $1,000 a month? What I can tell you is at the time, that book, like I said, it actually hit Amazon bestseller in my category. It was doing great. Amazon gave it a shove. I was under 10,000, and I was making around $200 a month. It's pretty fantastic. And it was based on basically the stuff I've showed you now, but really this cover doesn't cut it, and I would never launch with that kind of cover again. So what I really did was at this time, I was still working on stuff, and I hadn't really honed the formula to a razor sharp edge. And I wanted to test out some tactics, so I spent $20, and I also went into book launch mode. And that's something that's based on just giving your book away and using some of the tools that are available. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I got a new cover made, and this is the cover. Now, one of the things I want to say and share with you is that you never want to have a book cover with a white background. When I got the first cover back from my designer, the cover was far too light as far as the background goes, and it didn't stand out on the screen. Also, I like a border on my book because it makes it pop and stand out. You remember the Space book had a border and whatnot. Now, I was amazed at the results I got when I implemented my test. And this next slide is really interesting. Do you notice this green column here? This actually is free units promo. And you're allowed to give your book away when you sign up with the Kindle program in KDP Select. And you'll notice some of my books were downloaded as much as 7,467 times. And the Smoothie book was downloaded 6,250 times. And that book generated $987.50 based on sales and borrows. And you can see the difference. So I see so many people, and basically what they're doing is they're publishing, and they're just taking a shortcut and a shortcut and a shortcut, when it's not that much more work just to get a good cover done. If you're not a good designer, hire someone at Fiverr. Get a designer to do it. I want to show you, and I think we're okay now. I'm going to search for pre-made covers. You can buy an amazing cover for just a few bucks. You can get one cover for $40. You can get, if you buy 10 covers, you can get it down to $27 a cover. And you can see these covers look absolutely incredible. And if we scroll down, you can see some things like Battle Tank and Vampire and whatnot, and smoothie recipes. Very cheap, very inexpensive, and having a good cover is really quite important. Now, like I said, vital to your success. You can use cover creators online. Use that pre-made covers that I showed you. If you do a Google search, you can use a pre-made cover, and it's really helpful in driving more sales, improving conversions, and just stacking the deck. And that's what we're doing with this formula. Each step of the way, we're doing better because we're driving more traffic. Now we've got a great cover working for us. Now, I want to talk a little bit about reviews. In my opinion, a lot of people are, again, making mistakes, and they're gaming the system. And you've probably heard the horror stories. People's accounts are getting shut down. This is a very real opportunity. You don't want to risk it. When I launch a new book, I'm only looking for a few reviews to get the chain of events happening, because I know I'll get more reviews as more people buy, as more free downloads come in, and so on. You want real, honest reviews, okay, not hundreds of fake ones. I just saw someone in a group that I run, and they thought it would be a great idea to ask like 1,000 other authors to review his book. It was a brand new book, unknown author, 52 reviews or something, and people actually called him out. The Amazon customers started writing very negative reviews. That's not what you want to do, okay? I always approach it like this. You're looking for feedback. What's not allowed with Amazon is reviews for any form of compensation. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Reviews for any form of compensation are absolutely not allowed. So you can't trade reviews. You really don't want to do that. But you can go to people and say, I'd love to get some feedback. I've got this book. Would you be willing to give it a read and give me feedback? Now, you're not offering anything for that, so that's just fine. Just don't game the system. You don't need hundreds and hundreds of reviews when you start. You just need a few, and you'll get more and more over time from real people, and that's the way to really move forward. So don't overdo it. Now, step 5 is all about creating a book, and we've already done that. So, we're doing fantastic. We understand how to create a book. And the last step is really to leverage what's called free promotional days. Okay? So step 6 I call the push button promos, because when you sign up with Amazon, you're given a choice to join the KDP Select program. And the Select program allows you to give your book away for 5 days for free over a 90-day period. Now, if you remember that slide I showed you earlier, you can have thousands of people download your book. And what happens is those downloads impact the algorithm at Amazon. And it helps your book get a lot more exposure. Amazon sees there's activity with your book, and they push your book out to consumers, and you just drive more sales. So 5 free days in 90 days, and you have a lot of opportunity to do a lot of testing. And should I use all 5 days at once? Should I do one day by itself and then do another day 2 weeks later and another day? I've tested this a tremendous amount, and here's what I want to let you know. Absolutely do not use all your free days consecutively. It's really not the best way to use your days, because after you get to about the 3rd day, the downloads decrease considerably. So I always go 2 days, 2 days, and a day. Now, anytime I launch a brand new book, I use my 5 days within about a 5-week period, because I'm doing whatever I can to get Amazon to take notice of my book. Because if we can't grab and if we can't get some success early, it's probably going to be difficult to drive and get success later. We've got that new book boost, and we want to take advantage of that. And really, too, if you spend time doing this and you don't see results quickly, you're going to be disappointed. So I use those days up early, and it really has a positive impact. Now, after I have a book and it's been established, like the smoothie book that's been out for about 8 or 9 months, 7 or 8 months now, I split it up, and really I do the same thing, but I only use the days when I see the sales dropping a bit. So when sales start to taper off, I do a 2-day promo, they go back up, and it works fantastic. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you a few...
Do you get this, I can't remember, is it every 90 days, or is it just for the first 90 days that you get these 5 free days?
Yeah, that's a good question, Mark. And really what happens is you sign up, and you're auto-subscribed again the second 90 days. So after you sign up, you're signed up again. You can opt out at any time, but and really what I found is the second 90 days after the first 3 months are up and you opt in again, that really starts to become powerful, because by that time you've got a lot more reviews, you've got more history, and you've got momentum working for you. Now, I want to give you guys a few tips, and then I want to tell you a little bit about some coaching that I have. It's really about being reasonably prolific, okay? Reasonably prolific. That means you're not going to use software to assemble private label articles and publish hundreds of books. You've heard the horror stories. It doesn't work. Instead, we're going to focus on adding value, creating quality, and the goal is to create a better book. Great covers, great content, hire people that write well, pay them well, and you'll still make way more money. And you'll have things that are true assets. So think about reasonably prolific, and you can do that by outsourcing. You want to add value. You want to just outdo the other books that are in the category you're publishing to. And formatting simplified. All right, so what I want to share with you guys is I'm not going to demo this, because honestly I'm a little worried about my internet connection. Something's happening. We'll get it figured out. But what I do want to share with you is I created an application that is pretty much like a Gmail account or a Word, where you just fire it up. It's a word processor, and it does all the formatting for you. And you don't have to have a website because we've got the website online. In fact, we just got a super fancy server, powerful as heck. And you log in, and, well, just for that, no, I don't have my username and password on. I'm just going to skip it. But what I want to show you is I want to show you how it works. I can do that pretty easily by coming here. And it's called Magic Bullet Books. And what it does is, if you guys can see these little zip files, you enter in your content, you add a picture, it compresses the picture for you, it formats for the Kindle, it sizes everything amazingly well, and then you click publish and it creates this zip file. You take the zip file, and this is what it looks on the inside, and you'll notice that all the images are ready to go, and this is basically an HTML document, and I'm not going to open it up because I'm a little nervous, but basically it's all formatted. And from there, you're all done. It's just so very simple. Now, this is what it looks like when you publish to Amazon. You log in, and literally all you have is you have a little button that says Browse for Book. You find your zip file, you click Upload Book, and you're done. You add a few categories, you add some keywords, and you click Publish. And it's that easy. And that's what's so exciting about this system, is that anybody really can do it. And we've got the software system to make it happen, and the formula is very, very powerful, and it's worked for me, but so many other people. And that's just what I want to really mention, guys, is that, does this stuff really work? And it can be scary when you start thinking about like moving forward or trying something new. I mean, even if you didn't spend any money, just to invest your time and your energy, you don't want that energy and time to go to waste. This is what Brock sent me. Now, Brock is someone I just met. I usually don't email, can you send me testimonials? I just, I don't know. I just don't like that whole idea. But I thought it was important. I wanted to hear back from people. And I was so amazed at the amount of response I got from people. And Brock said, your training in publishing to Amazon Kindle changed my financial life. Now, I didn't know Brock. He bought my product. Brock's now making $1,000 a month doing this exact system. And this is another guy that's been with me actually for a while, and he said, I bought so much stuff from you, and it really was your Kindle training that helped me move forward so much. And Bob is now making over $500 a month, and he's been doing this for a handful of months. It really is about having a real system or a real formula like we talked about earlier before the technical headaches. And now it's your turn. I want to give you a chance to really take a look at what I've created and whatnot. I'm really excited about it. We've got so much information ready for you guys to take a hold of and put into action. And if you're interested, I'd really like to tell you about it. So I'm getting some positive feedback there. So would you guys be interested in getting more in-depth training from me? I'm talking about true coaching. Okay, not this like you buy the thing and I'm gone. I'm talking about someone that's going to be there to walk you from A to Z. From the beginning to the end. When you have a question, you get some answers. And I created this program called Revenge of the Affiliates. And it's truly just that. It's got so much packed into it. And it's all based on what I've been doing and what other people have been using to get great results too. Now, I want to let you know, this is not a digital product. This is not a plug-in. This is something that is rarely offered online. And then again, that's that coaching that I talked about. You get access to my proven system. You get access to the Kindle formatting solution. That's Magic Bullet Book software. It's an amazing system. I want to show you, but I just don't want to crash again. So what's included? You get 6 core modules. You get over-the-shoulder videos. You get PDFs. I think right now we got about 4 or 5 PDFs. You got Getting Started. You have a goal sheet. There's a 4,000 word document PDF on children's books. You've got about 12 videos on children's books. You've got modules on every step. So step 1, piggyback promos, video, and also a PDF. So no matter how you like to learn, I've got you covered. And most importantly is you get to spend time with me. Again, I'm going to tell you what to do, and we're all going to start off together on the 19th of June. You get 12 live webinars with me, led by me. And like I said, it's really kind of up close and personal. There's no more stuff on the other side. I'm not selling you other stuff. I'm not going to pitch other products. I'm going to teach you what I'm doing, and you kind of come into my family. This is for people who are absolutely excited about Kindle, that see the potential, that were excited when Mark started showing examples. When maybe you got excited when you heard that Mark's sister or sister-in-law,
No,
16 years old.
yeah, she's my sister. She also, I didn't actually mention, but she put a couple of affiliate links inside her books, and she's making. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's over $100 a week. It might even be $200 a week in affiliate commissions as well, just by putting a couple of affiliate links within the book. Like basically at the end of the book, it says here's some recommended books to get after reading this.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting. This is a lot of people doing this. There's so many people getting results with Kindle because it's a real opportunity. And this is for people that truly are ready to experience success and people that are serious. Revenge of the Affiliates is a partnership between you and me. If you can follow my lead and take direction, I can help you. I can make it happen. And like I said, our first web class is going to get underway on June 19th. Now, I've got replays available if you want. You're going to get PDFs. You're going to get videos. There's going to be live webinars. You get access to the Magic Bullet software. You get all this great stuff. In fact, you get lifetime access to the software and the training. You'll never pay again. And like I mentioned, there's no upsells or side sells. I usually, when I do these kind of coaching programs, I make one big package, and you shouldn't need anything else. This is what I want you to have. You know, I don't build it to try to figure out how to make more money. I build it to figure out how to get you to make money. Because when you make money, then everybody does well. I do better, you do better. Mark gets excited, his sister's making money, and so on. Now, I'll tell you guys, access to me is limited. I rarely do coaching, but when I do, it's $250 an hour. I've been paid hundreds of thousands of dollars by coaching students over the years. The last program I had of this caliber was 2011. And the reason for it is in 2012 I was testing, I was figuring it out, I just wasn't ready. I was getting some pretty good results, but not this. This is a big deal, and it's special. Now, I talked about the people that have been around me. All these people like Patsy and Mario and Rami and Danny Ramdini who makes software and he builds stuff, and Aiden Booth, who's another guy from New Zealand, actually bought Commission Ritual.
Hello?
Commission Ritual. Hundreds have been where you are right now, and they've come through, they've gotten on the other side, and they've gotten results. I mentioned Patsy in the last slide. Patsy sent me, she didn't send me, we were just chatting the other day. She mentioned that she joined a coaching program I had about 3 years ago, and she said it was the best investment she's ever made. So how much would Revenge of the Affiliates intensive coaching cost? What are you getting how much? You're getting me live, guiding you over 12 webinars. You're getting the Magic Bullet software. You're getting the PDFs and the videos, as well as access to the private members forum. And I've got all this amazing stuff. And Mark, if you want to take the screen and just drop in that link there, I should have that link here.
Why do I need to take the screen, sorry?
Yeah, if you take the screen and just go to this page here, this is kind of, okay. I'm going to go through the bonus materials and everything that's included at revengeoftheaffiliates.com/Mark.
Wait a minute. So, revengeoftheaffiliates.com/Mark. Okay.
Yeah.
And you need me to.
And just.
Just gonna figure this out. Just be a sec. Okay. So change presenter to me. Show my screen. Can everyone see my screen?
We can hit the share button though, or the screen. There we go.
Can you see my screen now?
So guys, this is. Yep.
Okay, great.
So guys, this is the whole package, and really you've got so much information here. And if you just kind of scroll through it a bit, Mark, I'll kind of go through what we have.
Am I going too slow?
Oh, you're going okay. Hold on. So basically, you're getting Module 1. It's valued at $197. It's got all the stuff you need. It's got PDFs. It's got videos. You'll spend time with me live on the webinar. You've got Module number 2, again, valued at $197. It's going to cover everything you need to learn with traffic revenge. And Module number 3 is where we're going to talk about converting more traffic and getting the covers done. And I've got some other conversion strategies I just didn't have time to go through today. And that's valued at $197. And module number 4 is called Review Madness, and I really share the good, the bad, and the ugly, and how to move forward in an ethical, white hat manner and get results. Now, module number 5 is actually 3 modules in one. You get the children's book blueprint. You also get a module based on nonfiction books, and you get another module that's based on what I call personal books, and that is you find people that are passionate about a subject like veganism, and you work with them, and they create the book, and then you can split the profits and whatnot. Now, I've done that with a number of people. I handle the technical stuff, which isn't too bad, and it's very, very good. Now, we also have the Magic Bullet Bullets lifetime membership software system. That's valued at $297. Incredibly powerful, very easy to use, and it just works. And you can create unlimited books. You'll never pay for it again. And what really brings this thing together, guys, is that we're going to be spending time together. We're going to be on webinars. I'm going to be coaching you through. I'm going to be telling you what to do and addressing issues that come up. Now, those 12 webinars, that's a lot of my time, and that's valued at $497. Now, also, we've got some bonus modules. The whole core system is about 9 modules. There's an unadvertised Traffic Unlimited, an outsource it module. You've also got some getting started reports, some goal sheets. Those are valued at $197 and $47. And you'll also get access to the private community I talked about. We've got a members forum only available for people of this program. And you can share there in a safe environment and whatnot. And access to the community is a $97 value. And this whole package is really an awful lot of information. You're getting all the modules. You're getting the Magic Bullet software. And if you were to buy this individually, you'd be spending over $2,300. But you won't pay that today. I wanted to really create something that people could access and move forward on. And I'm also going to give you another bonus and give you access to a Facebook group that I've created. And right now we've got about 500 people in the Facebook group. And it's where I share ideas. We chat with each other. So we've got Facebook, we've got a forum. And like I said, there's a total value of $2,317, but you won't pay $2,317, or you won't pay $1,997 or $1,500, which so many of my Inner Circle members have paid me in the past. You won't even pay $997. This program is available for $697, but if you access this program in the next several days, I'll give you a discount of $200. And the reason why is I want you to get in now. I want you to join now because I want you to study the modules. There's probably 50 or so videos. I think there's probably about 8 or 9 PDFs. I want you to get comfortable with the materials so when class gets underway on June 19, you're ready to go. Okay? Now, the price goes up in 2 weeks from today on June 18th. So if you buy now, you're going to get a $200 discount. It's a one-time payment of $497. And I would be so excited to spend time and share some of these ideas with you and coach you and guide you. And, you know, that's the first time I've had those technical issues. I'll just mention it. It happens sometimes, but this was a not very opportune time for me or you. But hopefully we got through it the best we can. And we'll certainly move forward. You know, I've been doing this 10 years, and we've overcome in the past, and we'll do that again. Now, I want to let you know, guys, you get a money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied in the first 45 days, you get your money back. You can come in, and I want you to come in. I want you to take a risk. I want you to test the stuff out. I want you to go through, read my materials, watch the videos, sign up for the webinars. You'll be able to, you know, get on 4 or 5 webinars before the refund's even up. And I can offer that kind of a risk-free guarantee because I'm confident you're going to want to stay in. Now, if you scroll down, Mark, there's one guy I want to tell you about. This is so exciting. This is a Mario, actually, and this was another testimonial that just came in. I've never met Mario or heard about him, and I asked for testimonials about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was just floored when Mario sent me back and basically said, I made $600 in my first month, and I've earned $11,550 in royalties. Now, I really haven't shown you any guru pictures. There's no Mark Ling with a testimonial or people I rub elbows with. These are the folks that have bought my materials. They've put them into action, and they've gotten results themselves. And Mario was in the same spot that you are right now. He was wondering, is this for me? Gosh, it sounds a little risky and whatnot. And you're out there, but really I'm the one that's taking the risk. I've got the money back guarantee. You're fully protected, and this is such a system that's based on proven results. That's why I'm so excited about this. It took me a while to develop this system to this level of simplicity, and that's what I like. I like to make things simple. Just figure out the complex, dumb it down so anybody can easily move forward and get results. And that's what I have for you today. And I hope you jump in. I hope you take action. I hope you test out my system. I hope you spend some time on webinars with me. And I hope you come and become part of my family. It'd be an honor to have you on board. I really want you to jump on this offer, click the Buy Now button, and let's start changing your life. Let today be the day that really bookmarked in the space and time when things got better for you, when you started feeling like you were on the right path, and the results started coming in. Because what I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, and I can guarantee this, is that hundreds of people are going to come in, they're going to buy this, and so many folks are going to get results. It happens every single time like clockwork. So many people get results, and you have an opportunity to put yourself in the mix and get results for you right now. And that's why I'm proud to be able to put this out there, and it was a labor of love. It was a lot of hard work, and it's ready for you to enjoy and to leverage and to earn from for many, many months to come.
Awesome. So I'm interested in knowing, is anybody that's in the Q&A box who's... So just let us know if you plan on joining the product, because it'd be interesting to get a rough idea how many people are going to be joining this out of the people that have been on the webinar. It says I've already had a few people saying, yes, I will, yes, I'm interested, yes, I'm in, yes. I'm just going to minimize this so I can see more responses on the same page. There seems to be several saying yes, a couple saying not now. I have several people saying thinking about it, but I have additional questions. Interested, but I want to show my wife. Sounds awesome. Sounds interesting. So that's great. So what are all the questions that people have? Some people say, I'm not sure if I've got time for the actual webinars. Is there going to be actually enough information without going through the webinars for me to just start straight away?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I've really done is I've formulated and put the program together to make it accessible for anybody. One of the things I've learned over the years is some people they want to read it. Man, where's the PDF? So there's PDFs available. Every module has a PDF. Every module has bite-sized 5 and 10-minute videos. So you can go through, you can discern, you can get the information in a number of ways. Now, I recommend the webinars. I think you're going to gain something by them. But I also very much believe that results could be obtained in a tremendous fashion without them. So again, it's a number of ways to take in the information. And if you're not able to make the webinar, of course, when we have it, there will be a recording. It's inside the members area, which is smashing. It looks great. It's organized very well. And I think you'll have an easy time to basically trade your money for more money. Right? So you can come in, you can spend your $497 right now. You can start using and implementing some of this stuff. And the one thing I want to stress, Mark, is that there's a lot of opportunities online. But if I'm honest, this is the one that's really having a big impact on so many people, so many different types of people. I mean, thousands of people are making Kindle work for them. And it's like the success rate is very, very high. In fact, you heard Mark mention 16-year-old sister. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so, I mean, you'd be expecting if people were to take action right now, they should be able to start making sales of their Kindle books before you've even started the webinars. I mean, that's ages away. The first webinar, it's not till the 18th, and it's the you know
You know,
that's
I'm glad I'm
that's
glad
less
you
than that's
asked.
that's almost 2 weeks away.
Yeah, and it's 2 weeks, or it's 15 days, I believe, right? Or six. It's a little bit over 2 weeks. Yeah, you know, actually, I want to tell you a story. So I partner up with Aiden Booth. We do a lot of work together. And Aiden wanted to do a couple of case studies, and he put out 2 books. And he published those 2 books about 2 weeks ago, and he's almost earned $100. Unbelievable. He did some quick outsourcing. He did some down and dirty research. He said he spent a total of 4 hours and was able to publish 2 books and has almost made $100. So that's the kind of, again, another success story from someone that just took the stuff, implemented it, threw it into action, and you can really scale it up, and you can move forward, and you can get exactly how to do it. You know, spend a couple hours a week for the next couple weeks would be such an amazing investment of your time, and truly help you to ensure that you're getting the best results as quickly as possible.
Yeah, because I mean, to me, the real way, like you'll get the best result out of it if you actually started using it right away, rather than saying, you know what, I'm going to wait till that first webinar. Well, you're going to get a lot more out of that first webinar if you were to actually have gone ahead and put at least one Kindle book online. Now, you don't have to write it yourself. If you hate writing, you know, I don't like writing myself. You know, that's why I outsource my writing, and that's all covered in the training material that you get before you actually hit that first webinar. You don't actually, like, the webinars are great. You know, it teaches you how to take things to the next level. There's that extra hand holding because you get to ask questions live and so forth. But you know, even without the webinars, you should be able to get yourself making money from Kindle books by going through the training that Brian gives you right from the word go. You know, that's the same training that my sister used. You know, before he released this particular product, and it worked really well. So, you know, I just thought I'd mention that. And yes, for people that have asked, the webinars are recorded in case there's an issue. So, does the course cover copyright protection? Linda's asking.
Yeah, absolutely. I talk basically about, you know, that very thing, and it's really pretty simple, and that is it has to be original material, and that's what I talk about. You know, one of the things I stressed is it's about adding value and creating value. You don't see me just like offering some whiz-bang software solution that like creates a lot of junk. And let's be real, that was kind of a big deal a couple, 3 years ago. And I really moved away from that. And copyright will be covered, and how to move forward and get results. But really, what I want you to think about is I'm kind of going to talk a little bit about how we're going to get started, and what we're going to do is exactly what Mark just said, and that is we're going to create a children's book first. Everybody, right from the go. We're not going to focus too much on the marketing because it's so easy, and I want you to be able to see that it's so easy to do it and to publish. And then from there, we're going to move on, and we're going to branch out, and we're going to keep adding layers of skill each week. And I'm going to go through it with you, and so on. So you start actually producing stuff that can have an impact on your financial well-being. And I think that's what's really going to make the difference for so many people. As I've structured this course, I've thought it out in a way that's really going to have a big impact on people making it happen and getting it done. And you have a chance, like Mark said, to get in now, start going through the materials. There's a fair amount of materials. I wouldn't be surprised if some people had 5 or 10 children's books done by the time we got started. Or maybe a book on smoothies or juicing, or a book on bodybuilding, or a book on aquatic plants. I mean, like Mark said, there are so many niche markets that you can go into with Amazon. It's really, really pretty exciting, and it offers a lot of opportunity. And that opportunity starts right now when you jump in, hit the buy button, $497. A heck of an opportunity. You're getting not just a product or a digital download. You're getting to be a part of a group of people. You get to be part of an event. You get to show up, partake. You can get your questions addressed and answered. And it's all starting in about 2 weeks. So why not join in now and start making it happen? And again, Mario made it happen. He took action. He jumped in, and he's getting so much fantastic results now. It's really working for him, and there's no reason it can't work for you as well.
Great. Well, I'll just switch to you as the presenter just so that you can have the big link on the screen for everybody that wants it.
Okay, no problem. Excellent. So guys, that's the link, and if you could go to revengeoftheaffiliates.com/Mark,
Cool.
you'll be able to access.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, you'll be able to access all that information. You'll be able to sign up. You'll be taken to the user area, the members area. You'll get access to the materials. You can start studying, and you can put this into play right now. So, do that, take action, and so on. I wonder if you can upgrade me to organizer, or if you can send out the link through chat. If we send the link out, some people can click the link in the chat box. That might make it easier for them. Beautiful. So it's been fantastic to present to you guys, and it was a little clunky, but we got through it. I showed you the results. I showed you the results of other people. You heard about the kind of success that Mark's having. You kind of heard about what happened. Like Mark's emailing me, hey, we're moving forward with Kindle. It's pretty exciting. We're getting results. Thank you so much. My sister's making a couple thousand a month. It's really exciting when that happens, and that's very gratifying for me. And I want that for you, so I hope you grab this opportunity that's ahead of you right now, that's in front of you right now, and you become one of the people on the inside, and you're not standing on the sidelines wondering, what happened, because things come and go in life, and this is going to happen right now, and then it's going to be over. Now, it might happen again, but it might not happen again, or it might happen in a year, and it might not be right for you. So if it's at all possible, do your best. Make it happen. Get in now. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. And I'm really looking forward to working with a lot of people. The last thing I want to say is this is capped at 500 people. And the reason why is I simply can't have a program of 2,000 people of this magnitude. To have a forum, to have people having conversations, it's no way physically possible. I can support thousands of people. So this is capped at 500 people, and I'll tell you already on the first day, we've already put in, I think we're over 100 people now. When I came on the webinar earlier this evening, we were at about 80 or 90. This is the second webinar. People are coming in. It is going to go away. I want to make you aware of that. I'm not going to put all kinds of pressure, but I just want to state the facts that this is what's happened. It's going down. This is your chance, so feel free to jump in. Love to have you on board.
Cool. Well, thanks very much for everything that you've shared on this particular webinar. I think that you've covered a lot of amazing value on the webinar. Make sure you write down that link, guys. On the plus side, you've got a bit of time to think about it and decide whether or not it's for you. But obviously, you want to get in before the doors are closed as well. If it gets to the 500 member limit. I hope you guys take action. At the very least, get a Kindle book out there. Get one out there just so you can learn the game and learn how to make some money from this stuff. It's fun, and it's it's another way to earn a decent passive living online without a lot of the challenges that are involved in other forms of marketing these days. It's a relatively new thing in the whole scheme of things. If you got into Kindle 2 years ago, the problem was not enough people knew what Kindle was or had Kindle devices or were buying books from the Kindle store. There's a very good reason why people are making great money from Kindle today, because now the market of buyers on Kindle, people that buy books, has actually reached a critical level where it's just shooting off to higher levels all the time. People are buying books all the time with Kindles. Lots of people have Kindle devices. Lots of people have iPads or even their laptops, and they're buying books through the Kindle store. And Amazon is giving it a decent push as well, like listing Kindle book results with real book results. So, there's a lot of reasons to get involved because now is actually like the perfect opportunity. It's sort of reached a critical point. So anyway, hope you guys learned some great information, and I'll see you next time. Take action with what you learn, and thanks again, Brian.
Hey, Mark, it was a pleasure.
Cool. Bye for now, everyone.